This is the first video that I'm introducing the new Tesla algorithm called S3XY. This video is going to show you how to set it up and basically format the workspace so that it's efficient in terms of monitoring TTM squeezes, also monitoring volume flow using time and sales, and also incorporating some other indicators to increase the probability of success by approximately 5%. The algorithm is still in beta, and it's available for those who are interested at a discounted price. But if you're interested, let me know. Okay, so let's begin. Right now, I have a paper account showing a clean slate of THINKorSWIM. Obviously, I can't use my real account, first of all, because there's so many indicators that I'm using for different setups. But it's nice to have a nice clean slate here. And this tutorial is going to be very informative in terms of how to set up specific indicators in optimizing the experience, the Tesla trade experience using the S3XY algorithm. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go to the charts. Click on that, right? Not tools, charts, and then go to flexible grid. And you want to reorganize this grid. And I know that most people already have their way of organizing it, and I think it's a great, some of those ideas are great. You can always incorporate your own twist to this workspace, but today I'm just going to explain one template that some people may find advantageous to their trading. So what you want to do here is first just eliminate some of this redundant stuff and then just have one workspace opened, and then you want to add one by each other side by side, and then create a couple more workspaces underneath it, maybe about 5. So this would be the daily or weekly, this would be the daily, this would be the 78-minute, this would be the 78-minute turned off, and 30-minute, and you can even add a lower time frame, maybe the 3-minute. So you got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you want to turn the sidebars off. Okay. Once you've done that, the right hand side, you can probably just shift it over like that. On the right hand side, you have the main display, the workspace, and you want to keep the sidebar on. Once you've done that, you go to the top here and then turn off the customized grid. And in this space, because we want to see the time and sales, we probably want to go ahead and add that gadget. And then detach. Okay, so once you've done that, what you want to do is type in Tesla and then link all the colors. Once you've linked all the colors, on the far left hand side, what you want to do is you want to go to the settings, and then you want to turn off this show sub price graph. Once you do that, you can see that all you've got is basically the volume here. And then what you want to do next is go to edit studies, type in TTM squeeze. There is a new version of this by Simpler Options, but go to TTM squeeze. And then go to settings again and overlap the volume. You want to go back to settings, expansion area up to 10 or 50. So it makes the squeeze a little bit clearer. And then you want to adjust and then you want to save it first. So you can save the style, and then you can call this default. Once you have the default set up, you would just go ahead and load the default for the other charts below. Okay, And I guess you can load the default for the main screen here, but yeah, probably that's not the good, well, we need to have the chart there, so we'll have to turn on the chart and turn the overlap off, and yeah, so we got the chart here, and adjust the indicators so that they're way at the bottom. So that's basically what your chart should look like. And then when you install the algorithm, so it's called S3XY, add it, and what you see is the algorithm turned on. Now this is kind of like an indicator. I know that I say that you shouldn't buy indicators, but this indicator is quasi indicator, quasi algorithm. It's a pseudo algorithm because we are the back testing and the research has been already done for you. You've just simply inserted it into your THINKorSWIM platform. Okay, so that's for the daily time frame, and time and sales doesn't require that much real estate, so we can just kind of adjust the column width to something a little bit more reasonable. And for the main chart, we want to have the volume average and have that overlapping right here. So instead of the default blue histograms, we have colors indicating the weighting of the buy and sell orders. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the general template. And now what we're going to do is just adjust the time frame. So that's going to be weekly. This is daily. This can be setting up for the 4 hour. And this one can be setting up for the, let's go ahead and set that up for the time frame hour, 78 minute. Oops. And that would be 78 minute after hours turned on. And then we'll do that again for the one on the bottom, add an extra 78 minutes, and then just ensure that this one is with the after hours turned off. Okay, and then this one can be dedicated for the 30 minute. Yeah, I think that's about. So you can adjust your time frames. You don't necessarily need the 4 hour. You can put 78 minute here, 78 minute here, 30 minute here with after hours on and after hours off. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll turn this into the let's go ahead and turn that to the 78 minutes. And then make sure that this is the one that has the after hours turned on. And then this one is the 70 minutes with the after hours turned off. And then this one will be the 30 minutes turned with the after hours turned on. And then this one will be the after hours turned off. Okay. So there you have it. Once you've got that set up, what you want to do next is then wow, I didn't notice that 313 fat finger. So that's just they've paved the way. That's pretty cool. They took out the gap. Okay, so once you've done that, one important thing to note is that this algorithm works the best on the daily and also on the 30-minute time frame with the after hours turned off. So right now you can see the daily. Basically the colors are pretty much straightforward. Red implies sell short, and then the cyan colors represent long, and then the green means neutral. One other indicator that you might want to add in here is probably the slow stochastic. So you can add that in there. And the settings for this would be about 5 and 3. And then you can show a breakout signal if you'd like. Okay, so these arrows just show you potential breakouts and breakdowns. The volume bar histogram is important because the main premise is that if the trend is going to continue moving higher, then the trend of the histogram should repeat in the subsequent histogram formation. So if this is green, then we're going to assume that the next histogram is going to form green. If it's red, then you are in a position to figure out whether or not this is in a bull market or a bear market, and you can just use the 6-day moving average to determine that. So you can add in your 6-day moving average. So the 6-day moving average is defined by 6 using the daily SMA. We use the green dots and then have the setting set width set to 3 and apply. So as long as the price histogram trades above, as long as the price underlying trades above the 6-day moving average, then these indicators here that's representing maybe a diverging pattern or a change in trend is not as strong as one would think, simply because the price is holding above the 6-day moving average. Alright, so when we go to the 30-minute time frame, you can see that there's columns that are kind of grayed. So those columns represent after hours. We want them to be turned off because the algorithm is optimized for after hours turned off. But of course you can see that there was you can see that the colors representing buy and long are still all being consistent with the TradeStation algorithm. Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you're interested, just let me know, and yeah, enjoy.